Hey guys, my name's Nikki. I'm a first-year student at LCU, and this is my testimony of how God got me to this 2024 school year. So in January of 2024, I heard the Lord audibly in my prayer time say Todd White, Texas, and I knew in those two words that He was calling me to school out here in Texas. And I'm from Florida, and that was just a big leap of faith because in 2023, I had my own business and it was doing really successful, but towards the end of the year, I went from making really good money to absolutely none whatsoever. Him asking me to pick up all my stuff, pick up my business, and move to Texas, for me, I was like, I have no idea how I'm gonna pay for tuition, how I'm gonna pay for housing, how I'm gonna pay for a car. Like, I had no idea how I was gonna figure out all these things of how I was gonna get to be able to come to the school year in August. For me, this was just an invitation into watching God, literally what was impossible to me become possible only by Him, and watch Him fulfill His word to me. And so, man, from January to I'd say about July, I was literally doing everything that I knew possible with my business to figure out how I was gonna make all the money to pay for everything I needed to get out here. And it just got to a point where I would be spending hours a day working on my business, trying to make money, and nothing was happening. It was no after no after no. It felt like every single door was closed. And it just got to a point where I was just in my prayer time with the Lord, and I was like, look, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I've done everything that I know possible as to how to make money to be able to fulfill this word. And so I'm taking my hands off. And I just remember watching the Lord in my mind's eye, just smiling down, and was like, finally, you took your hands off so I can put my hands on and show you that I'm gonna be your provider and I'm gonna fulfill this word spoken. And when I tell you guys, this is July, I gotta be at school in August. It was just after I surrendered and I removed my hands, it was like door after door after door was opening, and I couldn't have opened these doors whatsoever in my own strength. It was literally supernatural. And so by the time August rolls around, my tuition's paid for, I have a car figured out, but I knew I was going out there with only a couple $100s. And He once again gave me the strength to say yes to the invitation of faith of going out to Texas with a couple $100s. And after a week and a half of being out here, literally I got a call from a client who out of nowhere, out of the blue, says that they want to pay for a year's worth of service up front. They didn't give me any reason, they just wanted to pay for it up front, and it ended up totaling over $12,000. And that is literally, I couldn't have done it in my own strength. That is how the Lord spoke a word to me in January. It seemed completely impossible, but He made it possible, and I just got to rest in seeing who my Father was through that whole time and anchor my soul to Him. So if you're going through the same thing where you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna get there, I promise you that if He has spoken a word and you know that you're meant to be at LCU, that He's gonna come to fulfill the word that He spoke to you, and you can rest knowing that He's a provider and He will get you there. You don't have to worry, you don't have to strive, you don't have to stress about it. It adds nothing to your life. Just seek and pursue Him, follow Him, and I promise you He will show up and show out because it's who He is. It's His very character and nature of who He is. And so it's not impossible. You're gonna make it. Keep going.